Hello folks, I know you've been patiently waiting for me to stop talking about drones and start talking about Bitwig again, and this morning I woke up feeling a little nostalgic and I thought, why don't we root around in Bitwig and see if we can find anything that sounds retro inside. So that's what I did in this here video. Let's dig in! Basically, when I cracked open my computer this morning, I had a fresh new Bitwig screen that looked exactly like this one right here. I'm going to clean it up a bit and get rid of some of this stuff. And basically all I did was I had my instrument track, get rid of the audio track, had my instrument track, clicked plus because I want to add an instrument, and I wanted to surf through the presets, the Bitwig presets, the Bitwig instrument presets. And now here you can see in alphabetical order is every single preset that belongs inside of Bitwig. And I just started at the top and I listened to each one until I found all the things that I think are retro. But I'll full disclosure, I only got down to like the S's or something like that, and then I had to quit because frankly I was going insane just listening to this for 2 hours. Right? Like, you're already sick of it after like 10 seconds, so imagine how I felt. So anyway, I basically did that, and then when I found one, say for example, I wanted this one, I would click OK, I would go over here, Command D, duplicate the track, and then I would click the presets, and then I keep looking for the next one, and then when I found another one, I click OK, again, Command D, duplicate the track, and hit preset, and then I kept going, and then basically I just stacked up everything that I thought was retro sounding right here. So then I essentially had a whole bunch of tracks but with no MIDI data. All I knew was that whatever these instruments were sounded kind of retro, kind of 80s-ish, and I was going to play with those. So okay, so I had a stack of these instruments here that I thought sounded retro. Of course, I added some, I deleted some, and I boiled it down to what you see here. I did not change the names of any of these presets, so that way if you want to write down any of these names, then you can find them in your own Bitwig project as well, and you'll have the same kind of sound. Of course, you were not going to have my sub bass or my rise here, but just don't count those. And in fact, we'll go like this, and we'll call it doesn't count. All right, so I started with Nelson Mandela, which is pretty strange. It's an instrument layer, but it's an all-in-one song, and it's just like it's pretty bizarre. And this is what it sounded like. So I immediately thought that that sounded pretty retro, aside from like the synth part of it. I like the drums in it though, so I just muted these two synths, and there you go. You basically have that. Now through some clever automation of the cutoff verb and the shorter, and then I put an LFO on the longer like that, and nothing too fancy. Just, you know, just playing around with it the way one would if they were doing what I was doing. Okay, and now let's move down to the clock strikes here. I will play this project for you in a sec. I just want to explain it a little bit deeper, but obviously near the end of the video I'm going to play this whole song for you. It's not really a song, but you can decide for yourself whether you like it or not, whether it sounds retro or not. So this is what the clock sounds like. Yeah, so basically I just took, what is that? I think it's an A minor. Yeah, I took an A minor and A, C, and E. Yeah, I took an A minor and I just put an arpeggiator in front of it. And these were already here. I did not add these mods. I basically didn't touch this thing at all. I think maybe I sent it to reverb. No, I didn't even send it to the reverb. So that's basically just how it comes intact, just like that. And then the DX80s. Now this immediately grabbed my attention because, you know, the DX7 is an iconic retro keyboard, and I thought maybe that's what it was, you know, that's what they were trying to embody. It sounds a little bit different than the DX7, but it still is super retro. And again, I just took that and I added a ladder filter so it kind of comes in and out, and I've modded the frequency cutoff of the ladder filter, and this is what this sounds like. right? right? It's oddly like Stranger Things. If you've ever watched Stranger Things on Netflix, that's what it is. And I'm pretty sure on Stranger Things they are using a DX7 as well, or at least they're using a plugin that does it easily. Okay, this one right here is super interesting. Let me play it for you first so you know what I'm talking about. Now, all of the ones that start with G, you know what, let me just show you. Okay, all of these presets that start with G that look like this, they're device chains, and they're all really great rises. They're all perfect for starting or ending a song. Like check it out. Just grab any one at random. See what I'm saying? So definitely spend some time playing in that region there. And basically I did, and I just found this guitar one that sounds like this. So nothing too crazy. Gnarly snarly. Let's check this guy out for a sec here. I didn't do anything except I took this this mod button here and I moved it off center up towards C, and this is what it sounds like. Yeah, so nothing too crazy. The guitar solo, it's literally called guitar solo, and I did a little extra on this guy. I basically took a bunch of random mods and I just randomized a bunch of stuff. So if I hover over this, you can see the first random I'm modding the the steps and the note fraction, the beat fractions here, and this one here. The second mod, I'm modding the volume of the steps and so on and so forth. And I just basically just threw a random on it. And then inside the guitar solo thing, I just took an A minor scale and I just duplicated it a bunch like that. And this is kind of what it sounds like. Obviously, I sent a lot of that to reverb. I'm actually going to dial that back a bit. And so that's basically the guitar sound. I know you're thinking, what kind of song is this that he's writing? Well, just hold on. Just, you know, you're going to have to strap on your helmet when you listen to this thing. The Maze Runner. Let's check that out. Let's get a look inside here. I did not do any of these. This is not me. I added a filter, and then I just added an automation lane that basically opened up the filter and closed the filter down. And this is what it sounds like. And then when the filter's fully open. Right, so nothing too crazy there, but it's definitely retro sounding. The Minor Runner. Now, let's have a listen here. Let's have a look-see. This guy, I did not add any of this, as none of this is me. This is basically just it straight up, and I think it's just holding an A note there, and this is what it sounds like. That's the coolest mod ever, isn't it? Check it out. I know. Okay, and then in here in the doesn't count thing, I have my my own personal rise, which sounds like this. And I have my sub bass, which sounds like this. Yeah, nothing crazy. Turn all this stuff off. All right, so let's have a listen to the full track, and then you can tell me if it is retro sounding or not. I hope you have good headphones for this one, because it is trippy. All right, let's check it out. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. Oh, also, did you know that when you have an instrument layer like this, if you're going to load up the Nelson Mandela and you want to send just one of these to the reverb, you can click it and you can just send that to the reverb. And then furthermore, you can click the reverb knob and you can actually automate it. Where is it? You can automate that just like so. And that's how I got that sound here. If you listen, it's just like a high-pitched hissing sound. Right, because the hi-hat and only the hi-hat is being sent to this here reverb, which is set to ridiculous settings, and then and that's basically it. All right, I hope that did something for you. Stay tuned because we're going to get into some of these mods like this one right here. Some of this stuff is really ridiculous, and we're going to explore them a little bit further, but I need some time. And so until then, don't forget to please subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you in the next video. All right, ciao.